Countdown.
Were you, or were you not, on a gay cruise?
No, you're 120% dick face.
Everybody that age, they're sperminator.
Yeah.
Because we don't care about anything else. We're a walking hard on looking for a hole.
That's. I have to say you're right on that one. Oh, my God.
A stiff breeze comes through the room and you return the favor.
Gonorrhea. Oh. Somewhere on the outside of this building, there is a hole where squirrels come in.
Better than a hole where dicks come in.
Yeah, better than that.
Going down the stairs to wash the laundry. What the hell? Shh. Pizza. Stop! Stop it now! I order you to stop! I'm still touching myself.
Yeah!
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to, to fall in line with their emotions. It's not. Look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian coat.
you will bury me in this. Hey! Why you gotta fucking be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah, okay.
I got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar, and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it. Hey, what's up, you flamboyant, felching fornicators?
Oh, wow.
Grunt speak.
Live from the lair.
Hello.
Whoop-de-doo in the house, and we got Ascension.
Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? This has been a long time coming. I appreciate it. And just like the white fluid seeping from the walls of the Titanic, I found my way into the crevices of this channel's black dead heart, and I'm here to stay.
Yes.
All right.
Just like child support payments.
That's right. The dark tide is rolling in.
Yes.
Now we can officially say we have a black friend. And the
Yeah.
proof that you're racist. My gosh.
Can affirm, not racist. I'm right here.
We probably have a lot of individuals we have people watching from all over the world.
Oh, we do. We definitely have, fans from, all makes and models. But one of my personal favorite exchanges in the comments of all time had to be on the Dear Minorities, You Are Still Slaves video. To go, I'm not a slave. Dude. Metaphor.
Actually, we've all been reduced to tax-paying slaves.
Yes.
Every single one of us.
Oh, yeah. We're all just bending over and taking it right in the pooper.
Tax returns, don't remind me.
Yeah, actually, I did my taxes on the 13th.
Yeah.
I actually had to give the federal government money.
Ah!
Yeah.
So you've got nothing to give. What the hell?
I know, it is what it is. It wasn't that much.
You almost gave him your life twice. I mean, can't you, get some shit on credit?
Nah. None of that. No.
They can't give you one of those female loans, where it's a gift and you just don't know it yet.
Yeah. Have you watched any of those videos of those people flipping out over the student loan repayment stuff?
No.
Oh my God. They are coming unglued because, I haven't paid in 5 years. I shouldn't have to pay. Like, what?
You took out a loan, and you know that there's this thing about a loan.
Yeah.
You have to repay it.
It's not a grant, which is given to you.
Yeah.
Always go for a grant if you can, or a scholarship. If you want to go the full mile, then just do it that way and try for the very best you can. That way it could save you financially in the future.
You darn tootin'.
Yeah.
What would be so wrong with that? I had mine paid off. I literally, all these people who stopped paying their student loans in 2020, I stopped paying mine too, but it's because I paid them off.
Yep.
I didn't stop working like so many other people did. But, when the government was still sending me money, I'm like, well, I guess I'm just going to use this to pay off my student loans because I don't need it.
How many years did it take you to pay off the student loans?
I graduated in 2008, so 12 years, roughly.
12 years?
Yeah.
That's actually not bad when you think about it.
I paid mine off in 4 years.
Well, I mean, when I first met you, I was making roughly, I don't know.
You're making buck balls and jack shit?
About a fifth of what I pull in now, maybe less. So, yeah, it took a little while.
We need to come up with the bachelor income scale.
The bachelor income scale.
I think that would be a good one.
That has happened. Speaking of just things that are you just don't want to think about, tonight is a call-in stream. If you look in the Meat Gazer box, you will find that there is a link to call us on StreamYard if you would like to tell us about the grossest thing that you've ever personally seen, experienced, or maybe even you've done it yourself. One of my exes could attest to the time when she had such a good time, she decided to leave a rabbit duty on my leg and then try to pretend it wasn't hers.
Uh-huh.
Yes, because there was somebody else in the room who could shit on my leg, right?
Yeah.
I'll find them. Are they under the bed? Are they in the room with us now?
Paging misheard. Paging misheard.
Paging misheard.
Amber Turd, you mean?
Amber Turd. Tim Robles like, where's Alucard? This was tailor-made for Alucard, this stream. He's going to show up at some point. The question is whether or not he's going to call in. And I know that we've already gotten some threats of verbal violence over on the Gilded chat from Crusader Nate and MGTOW Mando, who work in industries where, they've seen some shit, figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I've seen some fucked up shit in the Army, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I know you have. And we actually do have one email submission already in the books that I can read to get us started, to whet our palates. So everybody, get your menageries, because it's about to get real up in here.
I guess let me get my water just to be on that.
Find the damn story.
Oh, no.
Here it is. As per your request, what is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen? Number 426 reporting in. In the March 20th show, you mentioned you'd like submissions on the grossest thing I've ever seen. Well, there have been a number of things that I've seen that is the stuff of horrors. Got to make sure you enunciate that. Watched a guy back on New Year's of 1995 get his head blown off by a rival gang.
Oh.
And reaffirmed to me that gangland shit has no imaginary borders and can happen anywhere. Was about 30 yards away from a guy who was electrocuted. Yeah, he didn't make it. Couldn't even so much as cook bacon for a month without wanting to puke from that. But visually speaking, none of that comes close to my day that my kid was born. Her stupid mother refused to push. Oh my. I know that because I was the one on the other side helping her, and I know she just went limp every time a contraction came up. Oh, I just noticed right here, he misses my Stewie impressions.
Huh.
Perhaps I should finish reading this as Stewie. Just for you, sir. Where are we? Oh, God. Her stupid mother refused to push. I know that because I was the one on the other side helping her, and, she just went limp every time a contraction came up. Just like you'll go limp every time you think about that in the middle of shenanigans. It's a terrible idea. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't think about your mother either.
Don't do it.
After about 2 hours of her not pushing, baby went into distress, meaning C-section. So I knew it was going to happen, and hospital policy is one person goes into the room during the procedure. And I was the man. After telling her mom to sit down and shut the fuck up about it, and her pouting that she couldn't go into the room too, they had me in scrubs or whatever, washed my hands, face, and arms, put a mask on, and then, when I walked into the room, there she was, cut open like they were butchering her. On one hand, I was expecting it, but on the other, I wasn't really prepared to see that. But I couldn't falter. So I went next to her and did what a good prospective dad would do.
Put up a curtain.
After my kid was out and crying like they do, the attendant nurses asked me if I wanted to clean her up with them. I said, yes, of course. Of course I did. Duh. Cut the cord and took a moment just to hold her, even though there was amniotic fluid and slime all over her. Little did I know, and the only reason I know this is because my kid, now 25, told me what her mom told her about that. This was the beginning of the end for the two of us for the dumbest of fucking reasons. She thought I should have stayed with her and not go to my kid. Yeah, fuck that shit. She should have known that that's what I was going to do. Her mom told her that she was upset because it seemed like I loved my kid more than her.
Yeah.
When you recover from that completely brain-dead weapons-grade retardation, fuck her, I'm not the asshole here. And I got to hear it for a week afterward about how, if I was just going to be with the kid, her mom should have been in the room to stay with her, which was against hospital policy and hence a completely moot point.
Now, listen, the minute they start coming up with excuses, it was already done.
Yeah.
It's already done in their head.
So let me try and get this straight. She's trying to blame him for what now?
When the kid was cut out and brought over, instead of staying with her and just watching them clean up the kid, he went to clean up his new daughter.
So I should get dropped the baby on the floor, basically.
Yeah, I was there for both of my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm such a pussy. I'm like, put up a curtain. I don't want to see none of that craziness. Jack the Ripper shit going on. No, thank you.
I saw some shit too.
Yeah.
But you know what? My wife was the one who's like, go be with him, and he's crying. He's laying there, and his poor balls. He was born with his balls dropped. So when he comes out, the nurse is like, his balls are huge. And Kina, like, God bless her. She's laying there exhausted. She's like, he takes after his father.
No, like, I almost fainted. Now, I'm not a fainter.
When they brought out the needle for the episiotomy was when I was like, oh.
What is that?
Episiotomy is when they don't want to do a C-section because she's doing a good job of pushing, but the musculature down there is well developed. So they have to split the taint. Basically, they take a scalpel and split the taint a little bit just to kind of help it out, which assists with not tearing, because when you tear and then they have to stitch you up, it's a whole different animal, and that's where you wind up with, like, the firecracker wrapped in roast beef. You don't want that. No. So they pulled out a needle like 6 inches fucking long, and I was like, okay, are you about to like reawaken the dead or numb her? Like, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but it looked like a green fluid inside. I was like, it's like a reanimator needle. I don't want to.
Because my ex-wife was a type 1 diabetic.
Oh, I bet she had all kinds of
Well,
fun trying
as
to get
soon as the
kids
kid is born, they check the blood sugar. But the thing is their blood sugar crashes because there's so much insulin on board.
Yeah.
So this is my first daughter. She gets born. We're running back to the nursery, and I'm starting to see the hallway. Okay, I'm falling out here, and I can hear Bad popping back in my head.
Don't you do it.
You faggot. What are you doing? You've been through worse. This is nothing. I'm like, dude.
Don't you do it.
And all I heard was good pop. 18 years. 18 years. Like, ah!
Got one of your kids. You got you for 18 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough one.
It's gross.
But I literally had to put my hand down, and I didn't quite faint, but I got wobbly, and I had to like catch myself with a hand and try to walk. And the nurse is like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll catch up. I'm all right."
At least you weren't holding the child as you were doing that.
No.
That would have been bad. Yeah.
She was on a cart, and they were racing for the nursery.
Yeah. It's a harrowing experience, but it's also like the best day of your life. As soon as that kid grabs your finger, that's it.
Well, I got a lot to look forward to on my end because in my family we have a generational twins thing. You get a generation of all boys, generation of all girls, and they're twins in there. Right. Well, I'm the last one from my generation that has no kids, and the twins are late, and it's all girls now. So my mom's telling me the twins haven't been born yet. You're the last one without kids. Thanks, Mom. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So I have to really, really be careful who I pick because
you got to make sure that you pick well because you don't want to have.
I don't know. In today's day and age, with the garbage that's out there, I can't make any recommendations.
Double DoorDash going on there.
Because listen, I fucked up and I shook the horror tree expecting a wife to fall out. But it's gotten so bad that even people shaking the wife tree, whores are falling out.
Yeah,
it's like a whore fungus or something.
It'll be fine. I found her at church.
Have you ever heard of commitment ceremonies?
No,
commitment ceremonies is basically the route I be taking because I have two rules: one, no marriage license whatsoever, and two, no common law marriage state. I avoid those two things. That cuts out most of the problem. A commitment ceremony is when you have a marriage without the government, basically. It's basically like how a marriage should be without all the red tape.
I'm with you on that.
That's what they call a commitment ceremony. So I'm like, I'll go that route. But no marriage, no common law marriage state.
Yeah, just never, ever involve the state.
Yeah.
There is more to this email, but it's kind of split up into different areas. So we'll put a pin in it for now. And we got Cliff on the line who's here to try to make Pop Puke. Isn't that nice? It's so sweet. Cliff, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Look how fancy you are, Cliff, with your professional setup.
Out of service? Like, it's very retro tonight. I got the cassette tape on here. I got this from Camp Crystal Lake Summer Camp when I went last year, and he's got the Nintendo controller on there. Out freaking standing.
I should have brought my video game shirt. It's going to be a Kingdom Hearts shirt. Damn it.
Well, I don't know about that. That you might be crossing over into Homo Suspicion Point land on that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
We're going to play a Squaresoft game with Disney characters.
So what do you got for us, Cliff?
All right. Well, mine is very, very mild, but I figured it'd be a good way to start off the show because then we could gradually escalate from there.
Oh, we're going to escalate.
Oh, yeah. Well, mine takes place in December of 2007. And this is when I was in Korea, of all places. We were doing a 3-week field exercise. We're at Rooster Hill out in Korea. I mean, talk to Dwarf. He knows where that's at. And we have one of those old school campfire heaters. If you ever know what those are, it's basically a giant tube. If you want to show for context, Blake, what the picture is, because I know, Pop, you like to tell everybody what it is. And literally it's, one tube that's the output and the other one that's the intake. We are running
just
our
like
operation.
A woman.
Yep. Well, we're doing a whole 3-week exercise, and one of the night we're actually playing against. I'm in 172 armor, first tank, and we're going up against 29 Manchu, who's supposed to be our op 4. Well, apparently, one point during one of the nights that we're doing operations, we had a breach in our perimeter, and you know what the phantom shitter is, right, Pop?
Oh, every unit's got a phantom shitter.
You called him the mad shitter.
The mad
if I remember
shitter.
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah. They took a dump on the output tube that actually provided the heat into the tank.
Oh man.
And I'm not, and it was runny. It was bad.
Oh, it was runny. And it was getting cooked, right? Because if it's providing heat to the unit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we were actually in the tent.
Oh my god.
And it started to smell bad.
Woo! That's a bad one.
Oh, yeah. We didn't. Apparently, Op 4 got in a perimeter. They just took a dump on the tube and then they just left.
That's a mandatory ass whooping right there. I'm sorry.
No, I would do the same thing.
Okay. That wasn't the worst part. Was before we all get called out for what happened by our ops sergeant major, there was actually one guy in there on the night shift that decided to cook his MRE in the heating tube.
Nice.
That already had shit in it.
Yes, that was after the fact.
Oh my god.
He didn't know. He didn't know.
He didn't know.
Oh god.
Yeah, this food tastes worse than usual.
This food tastes like shit.
This vomit tastes like shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, look. Listen, I have been on the Op 4 and I've wreaked havoc on quite a few objectives.
Quite aromatic.
That is an ass whooping. I'm sorry. I gotta find you now. I have to find you.
Absolutely, yeah.
The worst one I saw though is somebody took a dump in their water buffalo.
Oh no.
No.
It's a 500-gallon tank.
Oh no.
Oh man.
We did not do it. It was somebody else.
It's just
But we
nasty,
got blamed
man.
for it. Like, that is fucking disgusting. I will court martial you. And we're like, did somebody shoot the buffalo? We didn't do it. Woo. That was fucking bad, man.
That's just wrong, man.
Yeah. So after a while, we start to figure out where the shit's coming from, and it's about like 5 a.m. It's dawn out there, or right as we're starting to get first light, and our S3 Sergeant Major Current, hard ass motherfucker. He was also a minister. You never heard this guy swear. You never did. He actually went and preached at the church on Camp Casey every Sunday.
Didn't hear him swear until.
We all were in formation at 5:30 a.m. in front of that very heater.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It was a fear of God kind of moment from that man.
Oh, I bet.
Because you never heard him swear, and he just goes off. It was rather impressive. What was actually sucked, though, is he made us all line up and grab the dried particles of shit and go and bury it out in the woods.
Again, ass whooping.
Ass
Must
whooping,
find.
yeah, like I'll treat you like a bad dog and roll up a newspaper and just beat your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Head and
That's
shoulders.
I gotta find you now. I gotta find you.
Well, he later found out it was the Op 4 that did it. He basically said, "You owe me a new tent, you owe me a new heater, and I want to know the company that was running Op 4. You're cleaning up the whole damn thing with your own personal toothbrushes."
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
And that's how it's done.
Exactly. But that's pretty much it. That was like the most disgusting thing I saw. Not the most, but I figured I'd start off light and make it easy for you.
This is light.
Yeah, some of the some of the worst shit I've seen.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Is when I used to go out. I was sent out for the zombie missions, and that was every time somebody got whacked out around Abu Ghraib.
Oh,
we had this major. He's like, "All right, you got to get out there. I need retinal scans, and you get fingerprints." I'm like, "Well, they're dead." Like, well, we got to take them off the database. I'm like, this is like fucked up.
The hell?
No, and out there in Iraq, as soon as you drop dead, flies are on you like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you could find them. You just see like the basically the shadow of the flies over the dead body parts, and that was
juicy.
That was really bad.
Oh,
Scrumptious.
Oh,
yeah, there was that one, and then the mortar attack on Abu that I was on the second shift, the cleanup shift, and we were putting pieces and parts in body bags. That was a bad one.
Oh,
I'm still fucked up to this day over that one. That one when I went over the buffer on that one.
Damn.
I can understand.
Oh,
Yeah,
I get it.
I get it.
I
Man.
can't even go into like butcher shops.
Yeah.
I have to put in fixed vapor up my nose, and I got about 10 minutes. And after that, I start fucking having the panic attack. I start getting all fucked up. I can't do it. Can't do it,
man.
I got you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for calling in, Cliff. Did you want me to take you out with anything in particular?
Oh yeah, I want to keep the disgust going. I want to see Pop kissing Hillary.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
Regiment, you know your marching orders.
Wait,
Pop kissing Hillary or hugging Hillary? I don't know if we have that one in here yet. We got the hugging. Yeah, we got the hugging. We do have a new one of you kissing Hillary. I just got to upload it still.
Oh my God.
It is bad. All right, man. You have a good one, Cliff. Thank you very much.
All right, good night,
Take
guys.
it easy, man.
So good and tasty.
Oh.
Yeah, the kissing one's even worse.
Oh my.
Looks like y'all are
word.
going after each other like two apes
That's
trying to
nasty.
eat a banana.
Oh.
The one they did, they had 5 of them for Jimmy, and those were all very disturbing.
Yes, they are. Those are in the hangar. All right, I'm going to just read the rest of this little story here from LifeSave number 426, and then we'll move on to our next caller, which is Mando. And I know that we got some weapons grade shit on the horizon from him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while that is the grossest thing I've ever seen, there is one other occasion in my life, well, not more disgusting, was far more disturbing. April of 2002, I picked my kid up for visitation. The wife had the SUV, I had the truck, as I was hauling some appliances and a new bed for my kid in the bed, since she outgrew her old bed. Wife calls while we're on the road, and she tells me that she's making a pit stop at the next stop for fuel and to get my kids something to snack on because she was hungry. Told her I'd stop too, and it's a damn good thing I did. She was finished pumping gas sooner than I was because SUV versus truck, you do the math there. But they went inside and I saw them go in, and a couple of minutes later I was done. So I was walking in, I heard the wife scream, "Mr. E! He's got Miss E! Get him!" I saw him running, sprinted through the store, and got up behind him and kicked him in his hamstring, causing him to fall and drop my kid.
Oh no.
Oh.
I got between her and this piece of fucking shit, saw he was reaching for something under his shirt, and I grabbed his shirt and pulled him completely through my incoming fist, and that's when I heard it. Crack! I hit him hard enough in just the right way, I broke his neck.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
That's adrenaline for you.
Yeah.
When somebody tries to take your kid, they get whatever's coming. to
Yeah,
them.
you don't fuck with kids, man.
Wow.
He just fell backward and looked like he was gasping for breath. A rather long knife skittered across the floor as he did. I went over to Miss E, picked her up. She had a skinned knee, and I took her to the hospital in town to make sure that the fall didn't hurt her in some other way. The paramedics were called, and when I saw them trying to revive the fucker, I was sure that I had killed him. Now, do I care? Absolutely fucking not. The shitty part was that I needed to contact my lawyer, tell her what happened, and, well, she's $150 an hour.
That's cheap.
But at the end, no charges were filed.
Good.
I learned he was a sex offender, and now a repeat offender.
Oh.
But
Did this happen in America?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
the rest of his days would be spent in Correctional Institute Hospital because he got turned into a quadriplegic. The detectives took a look at the CCTV footage and determined that I did nothing wrong, and they would testify against any prosecutor that wanted to attempt pursuing charges. Fortunately, I do not live in a place where there was a Thomas Binger and his buttfuck buddy Jack Krause. These were the two corrupt pieces of shit who tried to prosecute, and I mean prosecute, Kyle Rittenhouse, if you don't remember.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Persecute, I should say. Fun fact, it would be 2 more days before the wife realized I nearly killed the fucker, and that had the paramedics not arrived when they did, he would have died.
You'd probably be better off dead.
So shame.
I
sad.
couldn't.
As a quadriplegic, yeah, he'd probably be better off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She thought I just broke his glass jaw or something. She knew I scrambled his brain pan pretty good and was a little surprised to see an ambulance pull up shortly after it happened. When detectives asked me to see them at the department on Monday, she asked me, why? Naive women's, am I right? That was when I told her Go ahead. What?
I said, oh, nothing. I just have to go and, have a little appointment with my friend.
Yeah, it's
I'll
all
be back.
good, yeah. Got to go bask in the smell of pork. That was when I told her the guy I hit was probably dead because I broke his neck, and she was quite shocked. I had to make a statement, and I would be finding out if I was going to be charged with anything. I figured me calling the attorney would have tipped her off, but no. So, recap, it was the sound of his neck breaking when I hit him. I was close enough that I heard it. It makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up just reimagining it. Very few things can do that to me. Parting shot, turns out the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. Mr. E happens to obey the 3-7-10 rule, though. You fuck with me, I give it back 3-fold. You fuck with my family, I give it back 7-fold. But you fuck with my kid, 10-fold. I do not do proportional retaliation, and if you hit the 10 mark with me, most likely result will be someone's gonna die.
426 out.
Nothing of value was lost here.
Nothing of value was lost here.
I mean, I understand because I fought pro for about 10 years, and every now and again, you just line up that shot, you throw it just right, and you hear it hit. Ooh. And you get like this sick feeling in your stomach because you know you just fucked that dude up bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like the normal one where you hit him, there's like a bunch of sweat and maybe he'll grunt, groan, stamble back. But you just, and you're just like, you just know that you fucked that guy up. And that's exactly what he did.
Yep.
He hit him, he heard that snap, and he's like, that dude's fucked up.
One hit is all you need.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Why would... All right, first of all, you cannot rehabilitate sex offenders.
No.
I'm not talking about the person who was banging a 16-year-old and he thought she was 18 or something.
No, and that happens more than you would think because there's so many chicks out there who think that they're putting one over on you with a fake ID.
Yeah. Plus,
I'm talking. You're going after kids that are like 13 or younger.
Clearly,
no, you're not getting no mercy for you.
Yeah. No good in the hood. Mm-mm. All right, we are ready for our next story, and I'm you got a bucket? Because MGTOW Mando, or as he's known now in the chat, former medic Mando, is in the house, and I'm ready. I'm ready. Right. I'm ready for full tilt boogie. The dark tide is coming in twice over tonight.
God, this is my first time on stream. Dear God, I picked the interesting time.
I don't know, man.
Don't worry.
Hang on. I got to take my blood pressure meds.
With beer, of course.
Let me drink my water. Yeah, we're preparing for this. Okay.
How you doing, Mando?
Oh, I'm good. Now, I asked this in the chat, but no one has had a chance to respond yet. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys: evil, strange, or funny?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll start off with evil.
After I got out of the medical corps, I went into the chemical corps, as most of you guys already know.
This is good.
This could be bad, right?
My first unit as a chemical soldier was in Fort Hood, Texas. They knew that I was a medic before then. An individual made the mistake of sending me to CLS and then asking me what lactated ringers does to somebody who does not have an open wound.
What CLS stands for combat lifesaver course.
Lactated what?
Lactated ringers.
It's an IV bag.
Lactated ringers.
Oh,
It's a-
Lactated ringer.
It's a volume expander applied intravenously.
Okay.
Basically, if you're bleeding out, it simulates much more plasma in your bloodstream than normally would be there.
Copy that. All right.
Now, given that, what do you think happens when you apply that stuff to somebody who does not have an amputation?
It's probably bad.
Does something pop?
Oh, it starts with the eyes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they start crying blood. I'm guessing.
Oh no! Oh! Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Did he die?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh damn!
Oh my!
So he started crying from the eyes and probably had a huge heart on.
Well, the thing is, this particular individual, they had given this material to him out in the field when he was suffering from a heat injury.
Okay.
Pop, what's the appropriate treatment for a heat injury if you're doing it intravenously?
Well, you have to make sure that the lactate ringer isn't cold. Otherwise,
You don't use lactated ringers at all.
Well, I've used them before.
You're not supposed to unless it's an amputation.
No, they gave us the small ones, and then I had the 1 liter standard IV stuff.
Yeah, you're thinking of saline solution.
Okay.
Yeah, it's saline.
That's what you're supposed to get for heat injuries.
Because that was the first thing that came into my head, but I'm not a combat medic, obviously.
See, I they just all the IV bags. They
look the same. That's why if you're in garrison, you're not supposed to have LR at all unless you're an actual combat medic.
Yeah. Because I've actually given myself an IV before because I was like literally two hairs away from heat stroke.
If you gave yourself a small bag of LR, you probably didn't have much of an issue. Maybe you got a bit of a headache, possibly ended up with a little more pressure when you pissed, but that would be about it.
Okay.
If you had one of the bigger bags,
it'll fuck you up.
Yeah. This particular individual died of a cerebral hemorrhage. The eyes popped, the ears popped, and you saw blood coming out of the nose.
Oh, what was that? That one movie with Schwarzenegger and Mars?
Total Recall.
Yeah. When he
Load of
goes out
bullshit.
and
Kind of like
his
that.
eyes pop out.
Yeah.
No. Have you made the mistake of watching the new Fallout TV series that Amazon did?
No.
This guy's eyes looked like blood blisters.
Ooh.
Oh, it's like a Mortal Kombat finisher. What the fuck, man?
Fatality.
So
that is the strange.
So he gave it to himself.
That's the strange. Okay.
No. This was a CLS guy who did not pay attention to what he was doing and applied a 500 milliliter bag.
Oh
no!
This is bad, right?
Yeah. Well, I already told you what the end result was.
Oh.
Yeah. What happened to him? I mean, the guy who did it. I mean, I'm guessing
he got sent to Leavenworth for involuntary manslaughter.
That'll do it.
What's Leavenworth?
That's like the big
the army
pound
prison.
in the ass jail for the army.
But it was accidental, though. I mean,
they considered it manslaughter.
That's why it's manslaughter.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Damn, man. All right, so that was the strange.
You want the funny or the evil? Because I know you got other callers.
Let's go funny and then evil.
All right.
Yeah.
I was doing moulage as a field medic in a reserve unit.
Moulage is fake wounds they put on you, and then you have to go through the rigmarole treating them.
Now, I was given a dummy that fell out of a helicopter and had an impalement.
Okay.
I took one of the rubber ducks, cut it in half, had it embedded in the dummy's abdomen, took a bunch of nylons, loaded it up with a bunch of blood packs, which were just simulated blood gel shit.
Yeah.
Really disgusting looking.
The raspberry jam.
Pretty much.
Jam. I always used corn syrup.
Pretty much loaded that
coffee creamer.
Loaded that up, made it basically look like a good chunk of intestines laying around on the ground.
Oh yeah, it's
Went out to the site, jammed the rifle barrel into the ground first, jammed the dummy on top of the rifle barrel, spread the fake intestines, took a bunch of the blood effects material that we had, ran it through a hose item, and sprayed it around so it looked like the an extra scene from Jaws.
A hose item.
Hose item.
I'm not going to explain what it was, Pop. You already probably know. But the individual who came upon this particular scene was an Army firefighter and an EMS tech in real life. Ended up revisiting his MRE.
Just from setting up this fake scene with a dummy.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Wow.
I went to the nines with this thing. I took some stuff from like adipose tissue, aka fat. The only thing I didn't do, which happened naturally, was add a couple of crows, which Fort McCoy, crows,
they're everywhere,
and had a couple of them deciding to pick at the body. To make things even more fun, I stuck part of the butt of the rubber duck through the in the back, so it looked like it punched all the way through.
Oh,
yeah.
Quack, quack.
When I was in basic, we actually rolled a cattle car, and one of the guys in our company had his M16A1 smashed into his lung.
Nice.
And he's like holding it, and the blood's coming out of the ejection port. And he's like, "This is bad, isn't it?"
Bad, right?
He probably just hit the brachial artery there.
No, he was fine. No, they took him to the hospital, pulled it out. He was fine. Because you're 19, you're indestructible.
Pretty close.
Yeah. No, he didn't say this is bad. He just had that look on his face.
Apparently, that particular individual saw my first sergeant, was like, whoever the sick individual was that put that together needs some counseling.
Yes, I concur.
Yeah,
I was sitting there eating a spaghetti MRE at the time. It's like, it was me.
You sick bastard! I love it.
Yes,
it was me.
You like those intestines? There's more where that came from. I got the miniature version right here, baby.
Let me get the rest of it out of my teeth right quick. I'll be right with you.
Now, this one is actually
Oregano.
evil. This one is actually evil, and I am going to warn people that are squeamish. You might want to go on mute.
Okay.
Not you, Pop.
Oh, all right.
You got to stay.
While I was still a medic, specifically, I was an OR tech at the time. I was stationed at Landstuhl, Germany. We had all sorts of individuals come in with all sorts of injuries.
Okay.
What year was that?
I left in 06.
When did you get there?
04.
All right. So I was going through there in 04 as well. So I was in Langstuhl.
This particular incident occurred December 2004.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
We had a soldier arrive from Afghanistan with a massive abdominal hemorrhage, internal and external.
Ooh.
They were unable to get him transported out of theater for 72 hours. And he was beginning to develop abdominal gangrene.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
This particular soldier was wrapped with that special medical saran wrap shiza that is supposed to allow stuff out but not allow stuff in. Pop, I'm sure you saw the stuff even if you don't remember the name of it.
I'm sure I've seen it.
Well, this particular individual, the odor alone was so bad because it was a perforated bowel. The stomach was nicked. The liver was nicked. And at least a quarter of the intestinal wall for the small intestine was sheared off.
Oh my God.
He was that's immediate care. You got to get him somewhere quick.
He was
72 hours they let him sit there?
Sandstorm conditions. They couldn't get any bird in the air.
Holy shit.
That septic shock, infections.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, the smell was so bad, we actually had to shut down half of the OR suite for Landstuhl. 4 of the 8 rooms inoperable for 72 hours after this.
Oh my God.
The room itself, they actually had to go and completely sandblast to within like 2 millimeters of the upper surface.
Wow.
Did he live?
As far as I know, yes.
Wow. Damn, that's lucky.
I was there during December of 04.
By the time you're that far gone, man, that's very lucky.
Like I said, as far as I know, he came into the hospital breathing. He went out of the hospital breathing.
Good enough for me.
Beyond that, I know nothing.
Wow.
Dude, that's fucked up.
I was in there for the initial unwrapping.
Oh, I bet that was the worst part.
This is where you're going to have a problem. And that's the last time you're going to
Please
get water.
don't tell me there's maggots.
Yes.
Oh, God!
But it gets worse.
God! Why the hell
Worse
to be
than maggots? There's worse than maggots?
The fecal matter and adipose tissue, fat tissue, was sticking to the plastic as we were unwrapping it. So we were essentially peeling away this man's skin over his stomach, and a good 4 inches deep of swollen, pus-filled adipose tissue.
Look!
Man.
The odor and the appearance is something that is so horrific that I'm not going to go into any further detail on, because I can see Pop's already about to lose it. And essentially,
that is fucked up.
So basically, at this point now, nothing bothers you.
You need a shovel.
No.
You need a shovel and a flamethrower. Oh, God.
First of all,
that was the only time when Lanchul was having spaghetti or lasagna for lunch that I chose to get a hamburger.
You're such an asshole.
We used to do gastric bypasses, and I would get lasagna.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, the smell, like when somebody gets opened up like that, it's just ungodly horrible.
Like I said, the smell alone is why we had to shut down half of the OR.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like when I came across guys, they had literally been smoked within 1 to 4 hours.
Oof.
Yeah,
and they're already dead. Right, so there's really not a lot of maggots or anything, and like that is a whole other level of horror.
Yeah,
right,
sitting to fester for 72 hours, man. That is just damn.
Hey, Pop, how's that for?
I'd gotten interested in Warhammer 40K a couple of months before that. And after this particular incident, I remember going to the comic shop that I used to go to do that. And one of my opponents was running Nurgle, and I was like, oh, you must have seen what I saw.
Yeah, Nurgle are the race in 40K that are
disease.
They are compelled with disease.
Disease.
Wait,
yeah,
normally...
this guy's abdomen looked like a great unclean one's abdomen.
Oh boy!
I'm not going to send you the image.
Please don't.
That's
I'm
fine,
sure you can Google it.
Either way, I mean, you're just. I think Alucard has a huge erection right now.
Do you have a picture
Sick
of it?
bastard.
Wait a minute.
No.
Now, you want a picture of Alucard's erection? Homo suspicion.
Hey.
You are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute.
I rebuked that. I was talking about a blooded body.
I rebuked that.
I rebuked that.
You just brought up probably the second worst part of this whole thing.
What's that?
This guy had a pus-filled priapism.
A what?
Pus-filled priapism.
Priapism.
Is that a penis?
That's the hard-on that lasts for more than 4 hours.
Needle in the wiener. All right.
Needle in the wiener.
I had to put a scalpel to it to get that to drain.
That was a critical hit on the Popster. His HP is now 50%.
That was bad.
So, Blake, you're talking
I'm not going to show anymore because I've got some other ones, but it would
I think we're good. I think we're good on that one.
You've done enough, sir.
It would get you completely nuked off of YouTube if I were to share some of my other ones.
All right.
We'll talk Ungilded then.
All right.
I actually look forward to this.
Like,
yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you this just because I know it'll mess with them. Can you give a Barrage and a Jimmy with one of his new ghoul friends?
Absolutely. How about Rosie and Jimmy and the Barrage is incoming. You have a good night, sir. Thank you very much for joining in.
All right.
I don't think I want to be on here because I know what's coming.
3 at once,
Fresh.
just like your ex.
Oh, stop. Yeah, well, you never know.
You never know. We do have a super chat over on YouTube from a Mario. He says, I've worked in food service for 15 years. The smell of rotting or burning flesh does nothing to me. Oh, must be nice. Popster can't handle it.
My head hurts.
I know, right? Jerry Conway jumps in and says, making someone puke is not an honorable achievement, not by any standards. Well, clearly you haven't been watching this show quite enough, sir.
Pretty sure half of the audience has already lost their lunch. If you are
You're
eating
darn
something,
The
you should put a
pus-filled
disclaimer
penis.
on this one, Blake.
That was-
You really should.
I know, right?
The pus-filled penis was just over the top.
That's just getting smashed.
Needle and Wiener. Dark Mad Dog 21. Hello, Ascension. So we on the cruise have the N-word pass, or do we have to buy the N-word pass cards?
You have to buy a vowel.
As in the all-vowel opera hour.
Oh.
Have you heard about the chick who glued her wig with Gorilla Glue? No, I have
I've heard a lot of
that
those,
one.
actually.
I've heard a couple of stories about that.
My personal favorite was the chick who had the cops called on her because her weave got slammed in the trunk of the car and there was hair hanging out of it. So they thought there was a dead body in there and they called the cops. She's like, "That's my weave!" And she ran out to the street, opens the trunk. Oh, well.
Nice.
He says, I mean, you know, I'm making an android sex doll for all men, but also to da brothers, because the ghetto skanks must be left alone to rot with their STDs. Also, nice room. The roof is cool. Did you make it yourself?
I had it custom made, actually. It's called this is Hickory Smoke Barns. I mean, basically it's an Amish built kind of program. Basically they have small offices located everywhere. So you go to their office, you tell them what you're looking for, and they will pull up the computer and actually 3D make the barn with you.
That's pretty cool.
When you make a down payment, they will send the draft up to Amish country, Pennsylvania, have the barn built there, and then they will actually truck the barn back down to your location.
Nice.
So you get it built in Amish country, woodsmanship and everything, and the barn comes down as is, ready to go.
Excellent.
So this took, and it's a 6-month wait once they do it. So this was an excellent idea, honestly.
That looks pretty good to me, man. Pop, some STDs are incurable. So we will have stage 3 syphilis zombies with giant holes everywhere running at you.
Actually, they have a flesh-eating one now.
Ah, isn't that
There's
lovely?
a
I heard about that.
flesh-eating Vada out there.
Flesh-eating Vada.
Didn't that just happen?
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was your speakers, I think.
yeah. That was I had to I turned on the chat.
It's all good, man. I know we got Crazy Uncle waiting in the wings to come in, and we all know that every time he comes on the show, things get, well, crazy. How you doing, good sir?
I'm doing okay. Let me know. Am I coming in good?
Coming in perfect.
Okay.
What do you got for us? Is it nice and gross? Is it going to make Pop puke?
Well, I got a plethora here to go through. Most of them are going to be quick and not so clean, and others are going to be, well, just kind of gross. I do have to say that I'm glad Mando was in front of me so I can say this, because seriously, nobody wins at this gross out pop game better than the medical guys.
That's true.
And since he was medical and chem, he should know, and Pop knows, the chem guys are all fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all just,
I've heard the stories.
crazy.
Yep, me too.
I mean, to the point of, yeah, no joke. I shit you not. When I was over in Fort Drum, one of the vans pulled up from the chemical guys. The door swung right open. My buddy, who was a medic, was there. He's walking out, and this naked chick is literally flung out, and the van takes off.
What the fuck?
She was not assaulted. They were fucking around with the chemical shit, and she lost her fucking marbles, ran outside, tore off her clothes off. By the time they got her to the freaking hospital, she had passed the fuck out. So they're like, I don't want to get in trouble. Whoosh.
This isn't going to look good if we pull up at the hospital with a naked chick who's clearly been clawing at herself trying to take her own clothes off.
No.
This would be bad.
Now,
I believe.
I have been in the NBC shack when, you know, because you have to, every couple of years you got to put your mask on and walk through there and do the thing.
Do the deed.
Once you get to a certain rank, I'm just walking through there. I'm not taking the mask off. Fuck off.
Fuck up.
But if you're not, you don't have like E6 or less, they make you, take the mask off for 10 to 30 seconds.
But they've killed us.
And I just happened to be in there. takes the mask off, and he just projectile vomited. Now, normally,
Wow. Why? Why me? Why?
normally this isn't a big deal, but he decided to do a 360 and run in the room. He literally is like, and I'm running for the door. Like, he got me on the leg.
What is with you and these dudes with their projectile vomit? That's not even as funny as the roller coaster. That's like the funniest one I've ever heard, but that's still pretty damn good.
Like, what's that horror movie with the chick who does that same thing in the bed? That's one of the early ones.
Exorcist.
Yeah, you had an exorcist on your one of those events. My God,
Dyslexorcist.
Everyone was so mad at him. They're like, "We're gonna kill you."
Arian Sinshu calls it the vomit sprinkler.
No. That's so realistic.
No, he literally. It just. I mean, he had like 2 gallons in his stomach.
He did it on purpose.
It was a beam of vomit. It was sprayed everyone.
No,
my eyes. No,
someone dissed
I got to get out of here. He got me in the leg.
I'm down. I'm down.
All right, crazy uncle. Sorry, we always got to go jog off in the weeds. You know that.
Hey, it's all good. Why do you think people show him in? So
it's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah. FYI, before I go in, Blake, I do have to say thank you for pointing out the whole Jedi juice. One of my subscribers actually really needed that, and I appreciate it. I just sent it to him yesterday, so we're all good. Also, I wonder if Captain.
Awesome. And for those of you who weren't there for last week, it's on the website.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
I was just letting everybody know. For anybody who missed it last week, it is on the website. If you go into the videos tab, scroll down until you see Mark Hamill drinking the green titty milk from The Last Jedi, and there's your Jedi juice. Yeah. Back to you, son.
Yeah, I was just wondering that. Also, I wonder if Blake is going to be the guy on the cruise that checks everybody for a back injury.
Well, you know,
you know what it is that happens when somebody has a back injury. How you know, right? Ka-doing! They're locked in place.
Oh, joy.
Anyway,
joyous.
Anyway, let's get on to the gross stuff here.
Gross.
Well, we'll start with something when I was younger. This is before I joined the army and all that fun stuff. Picture, if you will, getting paid to clean out horse stables, and these chicks don't feel like cleaning out the stall with the stud in it.
Oh.
You know, the stallion who just sits there in the middle and pisses in the same spot for over a week.
Wow.
Lovely.
It is at least 7 inches deep of ammonia stinking, freaking covered in shit. And that horse has not been pulled out of there. So it's friggin' shaggy as all hell. All that dander is going up your nose. And you're just sitting there with that friggin' hay fork going, kill me. Just fucking kill me.
You gotta muck the stalls, man. All of them, not just the ones you like.
You let them out. Please let them out.
Ugh.
Or that happens. Was it winter?
No, middle of summer.
Oh, God.
Why?
Even worse
nice
than.
and fermented in there.
Ugh. Nasty.
Just
All
thinking
right, next.
back, it was horrible.
That animal abuse, I'm pretty sure.
It sounds like it.
Pretty much. But here's a quick kind of funny one, actually, which is also gross. Picture, if you will, meet a girl at the club. We do the dancing. I can't dance for shit. Kill him. Don't hurt me on that. We end up
really
going
can't
for
tell because you're white. There you go.
Yeah,
I'm a bad dancer too. Look, I'm white too.
You win.
You must be part
Anyway,
Greek.
We make our way to the corner. She decides to get on top of me, and before I even know it, belt's open, zipper down. She gets on top. Next thing I know, her boyfriend comes over, goes, "What the fuck is going on here?" I'm like, "Dude, what the hell? Who are you?" I didn't even know it was the boyfriend at the time. I'm thinking, "Oh shit, I'm getting an ass whooping." Well,
it's quite possible.
At first, he was sorry.
Quite possible.
Okay, yeah,
That's
I
bad
thought
timing,
for sure. I thought for sure he was going to give me the whole face or gut thing. By the way, don't ever do that because they'll just punch you in the dick and say, "I heard him say nuts." So, but here's the only reason I didn't get my ass kicked. When she dismounted, yeah, I may have been fully protected, but I wasn't protected from what came out of her other hole that was now oozing down my leg and all the way down my pants. And I still got to walk out of there.
Oh my God!
Was it the pond or the pad?
Oh, it was still sliming down.
Oh,
Oozing. It was oozing.
Oh!
Even the bouncer was like, dude, just get out of here. I'm sorry. I heard him laughing too goddamn hard to care.
So you got skunked by a bar hoe.
Pretty much.
Oh, that's nasty, bro.
You can have her, bro. I don't want her. I don't want her. I don't want her.
That I have yet to be back to that bar, and it's 20 minutes that way. So
I wouldn't want to go back.
Nope.
Wow.
You're not kind of walk.
I'll tell you what, that horse got me ready for the smell of Iraq when you're downwind from the fish market in the middle of where they're fixing vehicles. So all that chemical stuff. People are literally slicing the throat of freaking goats on the sidewalk and shit like that. There's a river of shit going down the road. It's all permeating in the middle of the Iraqi summer.
Oh my God.
Nope, that don't pass the smell test.
Yep.
I saw 3 guys just walking, just wretch, and just keep walking. Just like
God, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
And
That's exactly what goes on
for
there.
snipers, and I'm going to pray to God I don't puke on myself. That was how we were going through. Another one that wasn't exactly so funny, but I'll tell you what, it'll make anybody who's never seen this shit before go, I'm rethinking life.
All right, well, have this be your last one, though. We had about like 3 more callers jump in just a little bit ago, so we want to make sure we get through them.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll skip that one and go to a better one here.
All
Food
right.
poisoning in Iraq, where anybody who ate from the chow hall by the time we got back from a 3-day mission immediately went in there, and I'm sure you guys remember that scene from Family Guy where they're doing the dueling farts with the dueling banjos type thing.
Yeah.
Well, consider that an entire 8 rows of shitters.
Oh my God.
And it's just, I'm one of them, unfortunately, and I don't even care anymore. I'm literally like, Doc, give me something. Give me something. I don't care if it's a sedative. I don't care if it's a freaking butt stroke to the face. Hey, just do something. He comes in there, and I'm sorry. The chubby electron guy is right. Nobody's a badass when you're stuck on the toilet.
That's right.
That's very true.
Yes, that's simple. All right,
Yep.
I'll cut off there. I do have one question for you, though. I got
Of
my
course.
soundboard. Can you guys hear this?
Yes.
Okay, cool. In that case,
I know. Wait a second. Hit that again.
No,
I cannot hear your soundboard. No, negative.
Okay.
All right.
Well, apparently, sometimes this thing delays. I have no idea why. I was hoping actually to leave using. Okay, that came through. Fuck it all. Take me out with just take me out, Blake. Run me out.
All right. How about Lizzo and Jimmy? Thanks for calling in, brother. It's always good to see you.
My stories, Blake. You're killing me here.
That's exactly why I'm doing it.
Lizzo and you want to know something? I know I'm coming next, and I'm fresh meat for this guy who's doing this stuff. I've got his name, but I'm not looking forward to this.
I'm sure it's going to be real interesting.
Oh my God.
Mario over on YouTube says a quick but effective story. One time, the walk-in went down and no one emptied the women hygiene products all week.
Okay, that's a bloodbath.
Maggots, roaches, and dead rats were a highlight. Words cannot describe the smell.
Burn it with fire.
Burn it with fire. There's your burning bush.
Yeah.
All right, we got Rusty Shackelford 83 on the line. How you doing, Rusty?
Hey, am I coming in good and clear there, guys?
We got you, brother.
You're coming through there just fine there, Boomhauer. What can we do you for?
Well, I know I can never top Mando's medic stories, but I guess this would be it's gross, but a little lighter hearted and pretty funny. It's goes back to about 10 years ago when I was in that fracking work. This is actually on the same job site where I pulled the prank of dumping baby powder in that guy's hard hat.
Oh God, that was hilarious.
Yeah. So, this job, the gear we had to wear was like full Tyvek suit, full face respirator, and we were doing this cleanup job in the summer. So we're sweating buckets. Like underneath, we're wearing nothing but like beaters and like Nike shorts. And this one guy, he would come up out of the pit. It was this, we were cleaning it up. They were shutting them all down. He would come up out of the pit, go into the portage on, and come walking out like in just his boxers. And he would change his boxers and hang them up on like the fence post. Or there was like a ratchet strap hanging from the fence post there.
Okay.
And he would just be walking around the site in like boxers and barefoot. Like in oil and gas, you get dirty, but like that's like a whole new low. But anyway, I was on my break from being up out of the pit, and we had this like some guy from like the corporate office. He was like a useless bean counter, or like how does Battle Dwarf say it? Like as useful as a screen door on a submarine, I think.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, this guy who's going in and out of the portage johns like this, he hung his sweaty boxers, like still like sopping, dripping wet over the ratchet strap. And this bean counter guy is not paying attention, not looking, like no situational awareness. And then he turns his face right into this guy's sweaty boxers. Like, what's that movie? What's that movie clip you guys have where it's like someone gets slapped in the face? You had it in your older videos. It's just
it's from like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like. And the thing is, he didn't just like he fumbled around with it. He was like grabbing it with both his hands, like trying to get it off. He just rubs it more on his face.
Just breathe it in. Breathe in. Yeah, the aroma.
He was just wafting all that rancid, hot, sweaty ball juice in.
Yeah, they're married now. They're married now. I just want you to know that they're officially married now in like 5 states.
Sweaty ball juice.
Sweaty ball juice.
The best part is I'm sitting on one side of our area, and the guy who I eventually had dumped the powder into his hard hat, he's sitting across from me, and we just look at each other for like 5 seconds. We're like, wait, what the hell? Did that really just happen? And we just start busting out laughing. And then like this guy, he finished out the week, and then he never came back.
Yeah.
He was gone quicker than Pop, running from a certain stunning and brave Congresswoman's with a phallus-shaped object.
Or somebody, a hog with no lasagna.
Hey!
I mean, like that takes teabagging to a whole new level, I would say.
Oh God! Yeah, you're married. I now pronounce you husband and gay cruise.
Pull up the next one. I got to take a piss.
All right. There's a difference between teabagging and steeping.
Oh, God.
I would say that qualifies as steeping.
What the fuck, buddy?
Like you're just stirring that shit in.
Like, I'm not sure if your creative imagination is impressive or disturbing. Maybe a little bit of both.
That's what I used to hear back in college. So yeah.
Oh God.
I actually made a short film in college about people taking sadistic fetishes to like the nth degree, using a voyeuristic like set of cameras and closed circuit televisions, and it finished, and like the lights came up in the room, and there's this kid sitting next to me, and he's like, "That is the work of a genuinely sick fucking mind right there." Thank you, Tim. That means a lot.
Okay, Blake, you're overdue for a Goosebump book. You got to start now. Goosebump books, Pulp Fiction, all that kind of stuff. Cujo, you got to start. You got the chops for it.
Yeah, I got to go for it. You're not wrong there. All right, Rusty, do you mind if I take you out with a pee break since Popster decided to leave the room here for a second?
Yeah, go for it, brother. Just a nice, quick, funny story there for you. Gross, but hey, there you go.
That's exactly why we're here. Thank you very much, man. I'll take you out with Pop as Sylvester Stallone.
All right. Thank you, guys.
We'll see y'all back here in a minute and 38.
Take care.
The disease, and I'm the cure.
She thought I was okay, but he said, "Don't
All right, Mr. LB Weaver.
Almost made it back in time.
And I went to check. The name of the company who manned my barn is called oldhickorybuildings.com, basically.
Oldhickorybuildings.com.
Yeah.
All right.
Does it smell like a barbecue in there?
No, but it did when they first got it. I'll tell you,
that
the
would've been
craftsmanship is amazing. Let me tell you, you will love it.
Just walk into that place, be like, I want beef jerky. I don't know why.
All right, Weaver, give us a story.
Okay. Okay. For one thing, am I coming in okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, okay. Good.
Fine there, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I borrowed this from work. I'm not sure if I can trust it. It crapped out during Deer Sarge one time. So, okay.
It does happen.
Yeah, it sucked too. I mean, I thought they were ignoring me. You know, but
just Murphy in the house, and he's got a big boner.
That's what happened that day.
Yep.
But I used to. I've had a pretty cushy job for the last 10 or 12 years, roughly. But before I was driving a cab, I think it was from 2006 to 2012. I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed a lot longer. It just felt like a lot longer. But and it's. Well, it was not really medical, but we were picking up all of these really sick people, going to picking them up at hospitals, taking them home, or they were drunk in the middle of the night and that kind of thing. So there's some piss and shit involved in these things.
Always.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think it was like the first one that because I wanted to just send find a picture of John and Yoko's Two Virgins album cover where they were stark naked and just show that. But I was like, hey, that's gross, But then
it really is.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I couldn't even find I have a CD copy of it. I couldn't even find it anywhere.
All right, so we got to get 2 stories out of you. So let's go.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. So like that first one, just picked this kid up at a bar. He's going home. He's got his dad's credit card. Yada yada yada. And he starts feeling his stomach. It was like, oh God, I don't feel so good. It's like,
oh no,
yeah, it's not too far. Maybe we'll make it. He's in a typical subdivision with the Palins and everything like that.
Oh God,
Palos Hills, Illinois, and so okay, not too far, not too far. This will be over soon. Next thing you know, the entire right side of my cab was painted in his DNA.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, oh, dude, I'm not going to make it. Yes, you will. You better. Next thing, all over the goddamn place.
Oh my!
I had to stop at a gas station to pick up a 6-pack of Bounty. It's like, and what's that shit? I mean, anything that you could squirt water on. You get all that whole thing. So I was. And then making absolutely next to no money doing all this. I thought, God's got to reward me at some point in the future. It has yet to happen, but,
hang on.
That was that. And then, yes, exactly. But then, I don't know. Maybe when I'm dead, I don't know. I'll have to ask my brother about that. Is he okay now? And then, let's see. So that was, it's like, oh man, dude, I'm so sorry, man. I mean, they start to cry and it's like,
now I feel bad for all my bad thoughts.
Because when guys start crying and they're sorry and everything, they're even worse than women, I think.
Yeah.
When they're drunk
because
like
you
that
kind
or
of,
whatever, yeah.
Because
once you break that feeling, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like you're kind of expecting it from a chick, but then when dude comes up, I'm so sorry, you don't know what the fuck to do, except okay, it's all right, yeah, I get it, just get the fuck out of my life forever, please. Okay, fine, it's like I don't give a shit about the tip, I'll live. So luckily I'm in a fairly decent place now. It's like it's all right, better than what it was. And the shit
next one you got.
Yeah, the shit thing one? Was it's a brief, just like the other one.
Why?
It's I picked up some old man from a nursing home. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you gotta go. I think the dispatchers just gave it to me just to be a dick. I don't know.
That's very possible.
Yeah. So I mean, they did that, So I went out there, picked him up, and as he was in a wheelchair, I had to push him in, and you had to carry him in, and he's like, I can't walk, and I was just like, that kind of thing, man, I could have a stroke too, probably. Yeah, so I managed to shove him in the back seat somehow. I don't know how that happened. It was one of those. Like when you're at an out of body thing, you don't know how you got through something, but you managed to eventually.
Oh God!
Yeah, so that was one of those bits. And then the guy just all throughout the whole ride, I had no idea because the windows were open. It was summertime, and of course my air conditioning wasn't working because these idiots never fixed the air conditioning in the vehicles. So yeah,
that was a hit. That was a hit.
Yeah,
that was a hit. Someone don't like you.
That's controlled demolition right there.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I mean, either I didn't pay them off enough, or I didn't blow them, or something. I didn't do it for some.
Maybe you should let them steep in your boxer ball sweat.
It's been, let's see, what year is this? Current year, 25? Yeah. So it's been about 13 years since I've seen any of these people. So yeah, it was a long time ago. But this old man just started. He was shitting all over himself the entire time.
The whole
really
trip.
Couldn't tell. Yes, and then when it was time for him to get out and pay and all that, next thing I saw all these. I saw all these cubes of brown just all over. So I'm calling to the dispatcher. He's shitting in himself, screaming into the microphone, not giving them a chance to respond, or wondering why they're not. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not supposed to swear on the radio, but I did. And I said, and it was, it's like this faggot left a fucking lumpy gravy all over the back seat. Lumpy gravy. That's what the title means. Gravy. Frank Zappa record. It's been stymieing me all these years. What was he trying to tell us with his album, Lumpy Gravy? It was like, like John Belushi and the Blues Brothers, where he's got the light all around him and he's screaming the band.
You cracked the code, man.
That was it. I know what lumpy gravy is.
All right,
I can do anything. Yeah.
Get the vacuum. Oh, get the vacuum. Oh,
well, it was actually Ascension. It was nice to meet you, by the way. I never saw you before, but first
he's been donating for years.
Oh, okay. Because that was stop at another station and pick up some more bounty and all that. So we got,
of course.
Yeah. So my roommate and I have a shit ton of bounty sitting in the linen closet as we speak.
No pun intended.
We're ready for anything.
Oh my God!
All right, let's hit the next one, man.
All right, LB
Thank
Weaver.
you.
Okay.
I'll take you out with a blue screen Biden. How does that sound? Just to celebrate the old man who's shit in your car.
Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Bring it. Yeah.
All right. Jerry Conway is next. Here we go.
Oh, brother. Hello?
What's going on, Jerry
All right.
Conway?
Hey, had a little bit of a delay there. Guys, hope everyone's well. This is going to be really tame compared to the other stories that I heard, but the topic is the most disgusting, gross thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
I had to be 10 years old, so it would have been the summer of 1977. My avatar, the link, that's the house I grew up in.
Okay.
Right on, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like right on the street. There was like maybe a 5-foot path from the front door to the sidewalk.
Okay.
Back in the 70s, Boston police, and they had them up until the 90s. Boston police had mounted police. They had horses, and they would patrol the neighborhood. They used them for crowd control, but they would patrol the neighborhood. And it was July. It was like 110 degrees. I'm not exaggerating. It was like the hottest summer or the hottest week that we had. 2 horses went down my street, and right in front of the driveway, which is just to the right of the house.
Of course.
They dropped this huge. One of the horses dropped a huge steaming dump that probably was like a yard and a half square.
Oh,
damn!
And
that's serious.
We didn't have air conditioning. I didn't grow up with I didn't have air conditioning until I moved out. But there was this. I don't know what species of fly it is, but they're green and shiny.
Yeah.
And had to say again.
Bottlefly.
Bottle flies. Okay. There had to be 10,000 of them all over this pile of shit for like 3 days. And I remember the first time I went outside to go play with my friends, and I walked past this mound of horse shit covered with these green blue bottle flies. When I went to bed that night, I had a nightmare where these flies flew up my nose.
Oh,
and
they're coming for you.
It was the most fucking horrific thing. Anyway,
coming to get you, Jerry.
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Jerry's not here, Mrs. Torrance.
Rat round. All right, that's it. That's all I got, guys. That's it.
All right, brother.
That's a good one, man.
Friendly.
Oh, wow. Just shit. Sidewalk buffet, says Arvero. You sick, disgusting bastard. Never change.
Nasty.
It's like a Walmart compilation video. This gets shit everywhere.
Absolutely. Next up, we got Joe Mama, but I'm going to have to read Alucard's super chat, of course. What voice should I do it in? What do you think?
Is it gross?
Smeagol.
Of course it's
you
gross.
haven't done that in a while.
Snot pocket laced with pus, mixed together with pink blood, vomit, nodules of chunky period blood, reddish, greenish, brown pus, slimy goo, moving forward, slowly pour out with the smell of death and rot, my precious.
Oh my God!
I've made a mistake. I've made a horrible mistake.
Wow.
But Blake, bravo, man. Bravo.
Thank you.
The impersonation made it even worse.
It gets amazing.
Well, you know.
Oh, God.
Otherwise known as Gollum's dinner.
Oh!
All right. Joe Mama. I don't want to hear about my mama. I want to hear about Joe Mama. How you doing, sir?
Very good. And good evening, everyone. Happy Anzac Day. I'm here in Southeast Asia, so it's the 25th already.
Oh, wow.
So I saw this last night. Go ahead.
That's excellent. You look like Brett the Hitman Hart on vacation.
There you go. Well, it is vacation.
There you go.
So I've seen this several times, but this was last night. It's about 2 a.m. And there's a bar that services orally. Just saying.
They have an
And
anal
there's
bar?
nothing quite like watching a tourist walk in and deep French kiss a girl who's been working all afternoon and all evening.
Oh! Yes, sir, you're free to go. You're free to go. You're free to go. Oh!
All right. Joe Mama, that's about as close as you're going to get today.
Now, that's about as steeping as it gets.
That is so goddamn nasty. Oh,
Time out. We need a 10 count stat.
That's the DNA milkshake right there.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow.
That is just nasty.
Yeah, so basically, he gets kissed every guy in the tri-state area.
37. Alfred sucked 37 dicks in a row. When it takes 36 other guys. That's it right there.
Oh my God!
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
Wow.
This poor unfortunate soul.
Oh God.
So you're hanging out in Thailand there, Joe Mama?
Yeah, down in Pattaya at the moment.
How long you been there?
Going on 3rd week now. Just about wrapped up a month-long vacation.
Now I have to ask, because it's Thailand, was the girl he French kissed, did she have a nice deep voice, or is that actual? Because that could make it even worse. We could be taking this to the next level.
You need to be very, very careful.
Very careful,
They have
yes.
very qualified plastic surgeons here.
Oh, gosh.
I've heard the stories. I've seen
the videos, guys just walking down the streets of Thailand, and they have the ladies who are like the front chicks from the brothel. By the way, chicks who have babies in brothels, those are called brothel sprouts.
Wow.
But like there'll be two standing there next to each other,
And one of them will say, "Hey, how you doing? You want to come in, Suki Suki?"
Hey, how you doing? Like,
Oh!
That's right.
You
got to watch out for those bananas down there. They're a little fruity.
Yeah, if she has an apple, she has a banana. It's not a she at that point.
It's a fruit smoothie salad of death. Stay away.
Fruit smoothie.
A great show, guys. Thank you much.
Do you want me to take you out with anything in particular, Joe Mama? I think you almost broke Pop with that one.
You know, a short cat land would be good.
Short cat land would be good. Okay. I think I can absolutely pull that off for you, sir. Thank you very much for calling in.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
I could just imagine, like that is the equivalent of, you walk into a restaurant, and it's busy, like maybe the busboy hasn't been to a table, and you see somebody just walk up to a table that there's no one sitting there, nothing but dirty dishes, and they just start picking up the plates and licking them and using the silverware and, like tongue fucking the open coffee creamers and shit. Like, what are you doing?
I'm pretty sure that's
what are you doing?
That's even less germs, so it is actually 10 times worse.
Oh, man.
And there's a chance of STDs. Herpes, gonosyphilis, what?
Herpes with a side of crotch rot that doesn't go away.
That's the person who doesn't even bother sticking his dick through the glory hole. He just busts through it like the Kool-Aid man. Oh, yeah.
He's trying to catch them all. Ash Ketchum trying to catch them all.
You're not wrong.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Looks like our last caller of the night here is Murdoch, who looks like he's on the road. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you guys doing today? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, we got you. I'm going to adjust your mic settings on my end if I can, try to boost you a little bit. Talk for me again.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah, we got
Sounds
you.
good. All right. I'm going to turn you all the way up here.
All right.
I know that as a trucker, you've probably seen some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Lot lizards and all that business.
Actually, you know what? I haven't seen a lot of the lot lizards. But I've seen some death. Like, I was coming out of California, and this guy, it was raining. He ended up wrecking, and he decided to run across the freeway at the same time that a SUV came by and nailed him. Matter of fact, his head was one way, his body was the other, and his legs were on top of his head.
God damn.
God. Talk about getting your clothes folded while you're wearing them.
Wow.
Exactly.
God
The other one happened a couple of months ago. Matter of fact, Blake, if you check your email, I sent you the photos. Okay.
You did?
I did. And I hit a deer at 67 miles an hour.
You ain't kidding. Holy shit. Dude, this is like venison stew.
Damn.
Oh, woo! Lord.
Oh, my God.
That is just pink mist and venison stew.
That's
just like
green, red, brown.
Wow.
Now, do you own the truck?
No, I'm a company driver.
Man.
So after I hit that deer, the smell of rotten meat, piss, and shit, and blood was. Oh, dude, I couldn't even turn on the AC. I was smelling that shit all the way back. And I didn't send you the pictures of it. Of the deer actually hit the drive tires, hit the landing gear on the trailer, hit the trailer tires, and then hit the bumper on the way out. Yeah,
that's nasty.
Yeah, that's what. Like, if I ever hit an animal and it just went to the point where it was just saturating all the filters in the car, and like every time you turn the AC on or whatever, like, it was just coming up, I would just get a new car.
Or you're gonna have to pay a serious detailing bill.
Oh, dude, did you ever see? It was an early MythBusters episode where they took two pigs. Because it was about crime scene cleanup and whether or not you could actually resell a car that had a dead body. And if they put two pigs in it,
let it decompose.
They put it into a steel container, sealed the entire car with like shrink wrap, and let these things decompose.
I remember that. Oh, I remember that episode.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that was just nasty.
They're like pouring out like oh god,
I couldn't do that.
It reminded me there was an episode of CSI where they found a dead body that had decomposed in a duffel bag in the desert to the point where, with the drastic temperature changes, it was just soup and bones inside. Like when they bring it into the corner, they literally just poured it out.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Fuck.
It's a soup. It's a soup.
And
That's
then
nasty.
Sarah has to go and like take a shower with lemons to get the smell out of her skin and out of her hair
stop.
because it was just so rancid.
Stop.
Thanks.
Oh.
Chicken noodle soup.
So
Chicken.
actually, let's see here. Since I've been here at the grocery store, I've had 1 elk, 2 deers, actually 3 deers, and 1 coyote. So I figured I had another animal. I'm actually an ace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never looked at it like that. You hit a baby lion, you're gonna have half the fucking cast of the Lion King on the grill of your truck.
No shit.
Yeah.
He's got a bingo board of death going on. I swear to God.
That's what happens when you're with one of those nasty ass, women, and instead of deep kissing her, you just stick your finger down there and then you wipe it on her forehead and call her Simba.
Oh, that is disgusting.
It's the burning circle of life.
All right. So we're gonna get to fucked up. Funny?
Oh, hey, before I let you go, Blake, I emailed you back about hopefully getting my book to sponsor a couple of your videos.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I haven't heard anything back. But what?
I thought I sent that back to you.
No, I haven't gotten anything back. Besides
man.
money, what do you guys need?
Just you let me know what your book is about, and I usually just write up the copy and make it funny.
Yeah, we'll take care of it off the air. Just
Yeah, like Cappy has gotten to the point now where, like, when we originally started promoting some of his books, he would send me like something to read, and now he's like, just read the jacket art and come up with something. He's like, I know you're good for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
I'll email that to you tonight.
All right. How do you want to see it to take you out?
You know what? Take me out in some we haven't seen in a long time, and then if you could take me out as Pinky, that would be awesome.
You want to take you out as Pinky? No. All right, fine. I can do that, Brain. How about some of Dave's crayons for you? You want to go swimming in the fjord?
Did you see when it was actually Seth Green and Rob Paulson reading Revenge of the Sith lines as Pinky and Chris from Family Guy?
Oh.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Let her go, Anakin. Let her go.
No, you will not take her from me.
You have done that yourself.
Look it up, dude. It is comedy gold. We can't use it on the show because it's copyrighted, but it's so damn funny. All right, I'll give you some of Dave's crayons, and stay safe on the road there. And don't hit any more deer. You got to vary it up a little bit.
I think he's due for a Sasquatch at this point.
Yes, Sasquatch. Yes, or a snatch squatch if you prefer.
Yeah, I was thinking bear.
There you go.
All right.
So, hey, you guys have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.
Take it
easy, man. Thank you.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Dave, and I want to talk to you about something real special. My naturally grown crayons. Yep, you heard that right, folks. Crayons grown right here in the good old earth. I know what you're thinking. Dave, how do crayons grow? Well, let me tell you. It's all natural, all organic. No chemicals, no artificial colors, just good old dirt, sunshine, and love. Here's where the magic happens. We harvest them with care, sort them by color. Ain't no rush here, no sir. And then we clean them up, polish them till they shine, ready for you to use them or, eat them. Now that's a crayon. You can feel the earth in every bite. There's just something about a crayon that's grown right, Tastes like childhood. Now, we did try to make a mascot for the crayons, but, well, let's just say old Cranky, the crayon, didn't quite turn out the way we planned. So, whether you're coloring, crafting, or just having a snack, Dave's naturally grown crayons are the real deal. Once you try them, you'll know what I mean. You'll be wondering how you ever lived without them. Try them today and taste the difference.
Nice. Crayons.
Oh, it's the best ever, man. Crayola wishes they had Dave in their corner. But it is 9:31 and we are already through the YouTube chats. So what I think we're going to do here is before we adjourn to new tech and start watching some of the effed up but funny videos, apparently there's a woman out there who is looking to fill a position. I said position. It still sounds dirty.
Mm-hmm.
She has a position open on her penis. I mean, staff. What?
Huh?
What?
This is
What?
bad. This is bad. This is really bad.
This is bad, right? It's
going to be bad.
This
really
is bad,
bad.
yeah. And you'll see why she requires assistance. If you know what I mean, just by looking at her. Okay.
Oh my God!
It's already nasty. Okay. We know that just looking at this woman, there is some hippo-HIV and some bacterial vaginosis that has to be dealt with.
You can't wipe that properly. You just can't.
Nope.
Speak of the devil, and she shall appear.
People always ask me, how do I wipe? So I
What?
actually wanted to talk to you about that. I'm opening a job position called the butler. So this butler will travel with me everywhere I go. I'm going to pay $10K a month. And you just need to know that it's a lot of work. He will help me clean the house, cook for me, and drive me. But of course, the most important thing, he will help me reach places I cannot reach by myself. So if you want to apply, let me know in the comments.
Bitch, what the my bad. My bad.
Sorry. It's all good, man. We were shocked as well.
Imagine surgically destroying your body to the point where you need to pay somebody not just to cook and clean for you, but to wipe your nasty ass.
You need someone to wipe your ass for you. What the? I almost forgot I was on YouTube. No.
Could you imagine that woman like walking on the treadmill or going for a nice jog on a hot day, coming home and saying, "Hello, butler, I need you to," and then she just cracks the seal and you wake up on the floor in the hospital.
These things happen. These things happen.
And Pops give you the 10 count. You were down, buddy.
I'm
9,
just saying, like
10.
If you
Pops gets there counting you down.
You want to steep in her thong or in a ball boys hanging boxers? I mean,
Very tangy kind of lemonade.
Pick your poison, mongers.
Oh wow, that's a very, very tangy flavor of coffee. I mean lemonade. I mean
yes, yes, it is.
That's terrible.
Oh man, but see,
Frothy.
that's a much nicer butt than what we were just looking at.
See, that's manageable.
Yeah, see now this woman's butt. This woman's butt is on her shoulders, and it's back here looking all. I got nothing for
that's
you.
That's just disgusting.
It is disgusting.
I mean, she literally had surgery to give her Tyrannosaurus rexitis.
So this is what happened to Snow White's mother. That one girl that messed up Snow White, that's her mom, obviously. Look at the eyebrows. Tell me I'm lying.
There you go. Especially in the close-up at the end there. Like,
yeah, that's her mother. Yeah.
Oh boy.
What's her name? Zoe. What's her name? Regular. What's her name? Oh god.
I'm just saying, within 3 years, all of her dating profile pictures are going to be just this.
That's right. That is just nasty.
And she's going to wonder why nobody wants to write a check against it.
Rachel Zegler, I think that's what his name.
Rachel Zegler. Oh, the chick from Snow White. Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like Lord Farquaad in the movie. It cracks me up.
Yeah, she does.
This episode has made my head hurt, but I loved every minute of it. Oh,
this episode brought to you by Disgusting. Alex Patino says, if you apply for the butler job, don't forget to get a hazmat suit. You'll deal with real booty sweat.
A treasure even a pirate wouldn't want. Fuck that.
Yes.
That's just nasty.
Amen to that. All right, it is 9:35. We're going to take a quick break, just about 2 minutes and 53 seconds to be exact. And we're going to adjourn from YouTube to go over to New Tech so we can watch some more effed up but funny videos. There's some really good ones tonight, but I know for a fact there's a little bit of material that could get us in trouble on YouTube. Jimmy Bones is already pasting those links in the chat. Jimmy, if you want to join us for the last half of the show, please, by all means, jump on in. I'm sure Ascension would love to meet the button-pushing monkey. So go empty your squirrel bladders.
All right.
Come on, Jimmy. Go empty your squirrel bladders, refill your menageries, because this one's This one's empty, and we'll see you in 3 minutes.
All right.